Wait a minute. Okay, we are live and ready to go. Hello, YouTube. Hello, you guys. Now we're going to start our session, our immersion on Talk and Talk. And today we're going to talk about the healthcare system in our countries. So I believe everybody here in this meeting lives in Brazil, so we're going to talk about the same country. But I made these questions thinking that other people from other countries could join us. So it's very general, but that's good. We can talk about the same thing today, the same country. So introducing myself, my name is Sarah. I am 26. I live in Viçosa, Minas Gerais, but I am currently in Vitória, Espírito Santo, because I'm visiting my father. I work as a software developer, and in some other times I am here as a hostess on Talk and Talk. And that's it. Halisson, can you introduce yourself, please?
Okay. Hi, everybody. I'm Alison. I am 14 years old. I'm here to improve my English skills. I'm living in São Paulo, capital. And I don't know that you are software developer, Sarah, and I'm studying program too. So that's cool. I like that too. And I'm here to improve my English skills, specifically my talking skills, because in the middle of my journey of learning English, I don't know, I just hear a lot here in movies and classes English, but never I start to study stuff and to start talking. And I'm here. I discover the talk, and I'm here to improve my English.
That's so nice, Halisson. In such a few minutes, I discovered that you like economy, you like to learn English and Italian, and you like programming. Oh my God. I've never achieved that much when I was 14. Congrats for you. Kudos for you. All right, guys. Paulo, welcome. Hello. Can you introduce yourself, please?
Hello, Sarah. Hello, guys. So, did you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you and see you.
Okay, great. So, my name is Paulo. I live in Fortaleza. I'm work as a cybersecurity analyst, and I'm married. I have one son, and I like to play football, soccer, in this case, and basketball. That's it.
That's nice. Thank you so much, Paula, and welcome. Vinicius, what about you?
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Vinicius. I'm from Avaré, but I'm living in Curitiba right now. I work as a software engineer as well. I like running in the mornings when I wake up. I like see a lot of movies, play video games, and programming, of course. I guess that's it, guys.
Great. Thank you, Vinicius. All right, guys. Today we're going to talk about our healthcare system. I sent you guys the question. Is everybody seeing the questions on the chat? Paulo, can you see the questions? All right. So let's start. Question number 1. How is the healthcare in your country? Halisson, can you start?
I think it's good because we have a system of healthcare free. In São Paulo, we have SUS, and I think in the other states of Brazil we have too. So I think, but I also think nothing is too good. Can we make it too better? And I think it can be better, but in compare of the other countries, the healthcare is too, it's not free. Like preservatives, we have for free in pharmacies and hospitals, but in other countries we don't have. And I think it's nice we have to a healthcare free, because I think it's a right of a man, it's a right of a citizen in your country, and I think it's good.
Yeah, I agree with you, Alison. Thank you. Vinicius, what about you?
Um, I think compare with another countries, like Harrison said, it's great, like it's free, but it's not so. It's the same in our country, like when we live in some place, it's better, like São Paulo or South, like it's better than the North, I guess, because it's not the same for everyone in Brazil. So it's not fair, but that's we have nowadays. Of course, when we have money, the healthcare works in all the country, but it's not everyone has I don't know security plans or something like that, to yourself. So it's good, but it's not perfect.
Yeah, especially in those poor regions. I remember watching TV here in Vitoria when I lived here in Espírito Santo, and outside of the outside the big city, we have a lot of complaint about the healthcare system. Even if it was free, it was not enough to take care of the poor population that needed. So they took out doctors, especially from those neighborhoods. We can see that a lot in Brazil. Paulo, what do you think? What is your opinion?
So I think it's our SUS. It's a very complex system because we try to attend the all areas in our country. It's very difficult. When my friend said about the complexity, about how can I offer the same system in the country inside, downtown side, I don't know say that in English, but different the capital city. Okay, it's very difficult the access, because in the most part of the time we don't have hospitals. And sometimes you have in Brazil we said posto de saúde. I don't know say that in English, but it's very complicated. But when we compare other countries around the world, SUS, it's an example. How can you distribute the system to population? Because the most part of the world, the countries, you need to pay for the services. So I agree with Harrison. We need to become more, we need to develop the system. We need to improve the system. But I think when you compare other countries, we have good points.
Yeah, guys, I agree with you. Let's go to question number 2. Is the healthcare in your country getting better or worse? Alison, can you start?
I'm not so into the topic of health in our country, but I think that's a problem, because when you are, like Sarah and Vinicius said, when you are in the regions more poor and poor regions, you don't see the same of the, metropolis like São Paulo. So I think that can be better. That can be, and I think what not what are not better in the middle of time can be worse, because if you are not getting better in the future, they, it's gonna be a time that you start to gonna be worse, because everyone is not everyone, the others don't stop to evolve, to grow up, to glow up. So if you don't glow up, you with the time you end to be the worst. So I think it's obvious can be better, and I think it's the right of the person of Brazil to have the healthcare that it's dignity. It's something that you can use, that you can have, and that it's that is the same you like to everyone.
Yeah, our population is getting bigger also. So if you don't develop according to the population, if you don't grow up to pair that, you're just getting worse, right? Vinicius, what do you think?
I am not a optimist person, but I think it's getting better nowadays because we are, using the technology to take uh, and deliver the health in poor regions, and I think it's like we said before, compared with other cultures, our our healthcare it's great, but I think it would be better if we use more technology, like telemedicine. I don't know in English, but can solve small problems, in some regions. And with the time, we need invest a lot of money to build hospitals and um, former doctors and a lot of persons that we need. And I think nowadays the problem is everyone has the chance to go travel or live in another country. We'll do that, because in Brazil we can take a lot of money nowadays. So we need to solve a lot of problems, but I guess it's getting better than we 10 years ago, I guess.
Yeah, for sure. I also see this improvement, even if it's baby steps. I see the improvement along the years. Paulo, what do you think?
We need to be hope. We need to be more positive. But we to against the reality. So I think the system is getting better because the government and any sphere, municipal, city, or federal, they try to get more resources to be better the system. For example, implement technologies, increase the system, increase the types of procedures. I don't know say that in English. So the government try to be amplify the procedures. So it's very important to our system and public system health.
Yeah, sometimes we have those diseases that the SUS, the public system, they don't cover because not a lot of people have them, those kind of disease. So imagine a poor family who has like a person in his family with this rare disease and the SUS is not covering it, imagine the amount of money they have to spend just to treat this, and they don't have this kind of money. So yeah, I agree. The public health system should increase the amount of procedures that they have.
Teacher, if I can talk about, for example, in your when you said about, for example, cancer treatment, it's very expensive.
Yeah.
And sometimes the people don't have money to against this process. I know a city in Caruaru City. It's a city of Pernambuco State.
Mm-hmm.
They have a center to against the disease of cancer. It's very important because they can help the people, farm people. It's very important to the people.
They can help.
It's a simple example.
Yeah, of course, a great example. They can help people that lives in farms. Is that what you said?
Yes, yes.
That's great.
Poor people. It's very poor people.
Yeah, because everybody has cancer. Cancer is not going to choose the person by the amount of money they have. All right, thank you so much, Paulo, for this contribution. If you have anything else to say, you can interrupt me. You and everyone, okay, guys, feel free to do that. All right, let's go to question number. All right, question number 3 is like, is healthcare in your country free for some people? Yeah, we've answered this. I'm gonna skip to question number 5. Which is better, private or public healthcare? I'm gonna start. I've been through some procedures and I could choose the private because I have a private healthcare, and I could also choose the public, and they were the same. So in some procedures they are the same, but in other procedures the public simply don't have them. So we have to choose the private. Harrison, what do you think?
So I think in my mind, the private healthcare is better, but that's a big problem for us, for the Brazil, like we are saying of the Brazil, because let's think, if the healthcare public are for the government, and the government takes money of the imposts that this government impose of the people, the obviously the in a logical sentence, the public healthcare that's gonna be better. That in theory, because we know that in practice that don't work like that. Because but you have the private healthcare, and it's better of the public. If that's something wrong, because the private care is something private, that this hospital, it take money of the customers of this hospital who frequent this hospital, but the government takes money, they takes public money. And what did I do with this public money? What did I do with, if the healthcare public, it's not better of the private health public, the healthcare. So I think it's unfortunately the private healthcare is better, but I think that's so wrong. It don't have any sense.
At the end, we are paying for two things, like people who have private healthcare, we are paying taxes to the government to have a public healthcare, and we are paying also to the private healthcare. So it's
Exactly.
very wrong. Vinicius, what about you?
I guess, of course, depends of the disease. You know, like if you have a simple disease, it's okay. but private it's better, of course, because of it's about the time, like if you have a really hard disease like cancer or something like that, normally public can help you fast, but if you're not, like it's really a long time to be consult or something like that. My wife, I don't know, torceu o pé. I don't know. It's the foot, I guess.
She twists her ankle, her foot.
Yeah. That's it. And for public, it's something like 6 months to make one tomography, I guess.
Oh my God.
Yes, but we had private, so in 2 days we make one. Like it's a lot of difference of time. So I think when you have a way to pay a private one, it's better. Like we work as IT, normally the companies offer to us, but it's not the same. Like we said before, the Brazil is not fair for everyone, so private is better, unfortunately, I guess.
Yeah. Paulo, what about you?
I agree with my friends. I think private health is more better than public health, but we need to talk about this example, this Vinicius example. It's very important because unfortunately corruption it's dry all areas our system. For example, if you know the secretary in this hospital, you can short the time to gain this exam. It's very hard to accept this kind of thing, but unfortunately, it's very common. It's very we have system, we have a queue, other patients in the sequences, but unfortunately the public system it's vulnerable to this kind of thing. And I think when the system it's more agile in security, I think the problems we can solve. But I think it's the always problems. It's how can I use these systems? How can I respect the laws? It's a problem in the public system. Sometimes we have the private systems can these problems too, but I think it's more few. Probably it's more menos. I don't know, minus.
Yes, I forgot the word also to minus. It's like minus or less. It's a smaller problem. Yeah, guys, this is a very hard discussion because we are like putting our health as a product, like in a shell in a market. When you buy a bottle of water, we are putting our health in the shelf, and like, who pays more? Who wants to pay more for this health? And that is so weird, so fucked up. All right, question number 6. Are healthcare workers well paid in your country? Halisson, you go.
The questions are talking about the healthcare when we pay for that.
The question now is question number 6. If healthcare workers are well paid.
I don't understand too much the question.
Okay, so people who work in healthcare here in Brazil, like doctors, nurses, are they well paid? Do they receive good money to do their work?
Right. I think the work who work in healthcare are paid better in the healthcare private than the public, and that's uh, uh, that also problem, because if a doctor who is too good in his job, he knows the value of his he can he can be in a hospital. So obviously he gonna choose the private healthcare, not the public. And because of that we are lost in good doctors who's can be who can I don't know, care about people's the most of people's, not the short group of the people's who is the people's more rich and stuff like that. Because we are losing good professionals because of money. And the government, and of course it's natural to human to choice who is the pay more. And that's it that is not questionable. So the government who should pay more for these professionals, to invest more in the healthcare about our country, Brazil. So I think it's had a lot of problems with the system of pay to professionals who work in the healthcare.
Especially because they have to put up with a lot of people complaining with them about the public healthcare, and they are not paid for that.
Exactly.
They should earn more and not deal with complaints of other people. Who should deal with the complaint of a bad healthcare system is the government, not the doctor. Vinicius, what about you?
It's 6, right? Have a oh no highway. No. We see some months ago, like nurses, they I don't know, the last they can earn it's like a 4,500, something like that, right? And it's ridiculous, like they study 4 or 5 years and take care about a lot of persons with health. It's a big thing, and I just programming and I can earn 3 times this, so it's ridiculous. So I think it's not the best way to solve, and of course the government don't have enough money to pay everyone. And like Harrison said, of course we want more money normally. And if I was I were a doctor, probably I didn't work with public health, like I studied a lot of money, so I won't pay my college, and that's that. So here in Brazil, the way that's a problem, and a lot of people uh, will work with a private system. It's better. That's way we are like, we send out our hours to who pays more. So doctors say do the same thing. Nurses should be do the same thing. So it's a natural thing.
Yes, it's weird what you said about the nurses, because they can provide us the comfort when we are in a situation of vulnerability. Can you imagine living without nurses in a hospital and like doing a procedure? You are vulnerable and you were scared and you're afraid that you're gonna die maybe. And I know that the nurses have not only the work to help you physically to improve your health, but also mentally to help you get through the rough time. Paulo, what do you think?
It's very hard to talk about that because after a crisis pandemic, we need to talk about minimum wage, nurses and doctors. It's very hard to talk about that because we need to learn these guys save lives, save parents, save our families, and it's very uncomfortable to me, but I think we see they don't have a necessary salary because sometimes these professionals try to work in 3 different places or 4 or more, I don't know, but in the I don't know, see that carga horária,
Working hour?
working
Let me
hour.
look, but go on.
Okay. They pass the night, pass the day, always it's very hard. Any professional it's can leave the situation. It's very difficult. And the most important proof is that's it. They need to work in different places in a week. It's very hard.
Yes, yeah, for sure. Carga horária is workload, not working hour. Okay, guys, let's go to question number 7. Do you ever think about healthcare for when you are old? Halison.
Yeah, I didn't think about it. It's too important too. A lot of people think it's not too important because these peoples are just old. So, but not. It's important because our life is too, and I put my skin in the game in pandemic. And my grandma, he's died with cancer, and and he lives in Ceará. It's a short in a short city, and you can always all the people who is sick in the city is transferred by other city because don't have any systems or any professionals to care about. So if he was just old and she didn't go to other cities because she wasn't he was old, so he unfortunately he died. And I think it's important to make a public healthcare to people's olders, because you cannot put these people's more old and in a public hospital, because there are lots of people, yeah, of people in this place, and they are more sensitive about getting sick. So I think it's not be a part. It's not like you have secrets. We actually have secrets, but I think we have to, more prepared in a public way to others, to people more older. and and that uh, and that scares a lot because always everybody gonna be old one day. So if don't think about it, don't think about yourself. So I think it's very important to discuss about, have concrete resolutions to think to make this the healthcare a better place, better, all these things.
Yeah, for sure. Halisa, I'm so sorry about your grandpa. I'm so sorry to hear that. And another question, do you think about what you can do when you get old, about your retirement, about your health? Like, do you have in mind what kind of investment do you want to make to take care of you in the future?
Yeah, of course. That's why I'm talking to you. I read a lot because in one day I gonna be a person that you cannot study, you cannot learn all the days of the life. It's gonna be a day that you can learn nothing. You are just live. We can say it like that. So I think I'm just we just need to don't 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 we don't we don't can the important makes urgency, so we can just we cannot be I don't know what the word is, uh, procrastinate.
Yeah, procrastinators, maybe.
Yeah, we cannot be procrastinators because one day we are old, we're gonna be old. So I think it's important to think about your future, and I think it's important to think about your health. Your health are our future, our life too.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you, Halison. Vinicius, what about you?
7, right?
7, yeah.
Everything. Oh, if I think about it, I've never thought about, in fact, for the per se that, but I think it's a problem for the government. Like every word it's gonna be old, and I don't know. I guess probably we have some assistant, like with technology. And nowadays we just control our health with smartwatch and that stuff. It's easier. But I think in the old world, like we will have in 50 years, I guess. And I don't know, maybe we can solve a lot of health issues that we have nowadays, like cancer or another disease. But I don't know. I think in it's of course I believe that I think in 2, maybe 3 generations we can win the death, like something like that. But I don't like think too much about the future because I don't know how much years I will live work with IT because it's so stressful. And but it's a important question to think about. I've never thought about it, so I will think, and maybe the next meeting I can answer better.
Nice. Thank you, Vinicius. Paulo, what about you?
So yes, I think about this question. And for this reason, I don't know say that in English. I done a private pension. Yeah, did you understand?
I
Private
understand.
pension?
I'm gonna search it. It's like Previdência privada.
Yes, we have a public pension, but I think the public pension, it's a huge problem in the future because we becomes old in the future, and the short part of the population, it's young. So the young people support this public pension. In the future, we have a huge problem. There are many solutions for this problem, but the government needs to attention for this problem. In this moment, the government didn't attention, so we need to. I agree with Vinicius too. We don't know when we died, but if I live more years, so this question, it's very important too.
Paulo, and you mentioned you have a child, right?
Yes.
Do you think about your child's future, like when she or he was born? Did you started saving money for, I don't know, if anything happens with him or if he wants to go to college? What do you think about your child's future?
So we thinking about it. When my wife pregnant, we dream about save money to my son, but the reality, it's very hard. So we can't save money to my son. Yes, that's a reality.
Yeah, that's a good point. Because I feel that we have always to think in the future for everything. Like if we have a child, we have to think in the future. We have to save money to our health. And sometimes this is overwhelming. We have to be trying to predict the future, you know, trying to guess when are we going to die and how much are we going to live. It is stressful.
Yes,
right, guys.
It's a hard point. We need to plan. We need to make plans. But sometimes the things don't work. How can I think?
Yeah, don't work according to plan. All right, guys. I think we have time for one more. Let me think. Yeah, I think we've answered everything. Let's answer question number. What happens to people in poor countries who cannot afford healthcare? Let's try to make a short answer. Halisson, you go.
Okay, I would try to make a short answer. So I think when we have poor people with healthcare, it's not good. We can have epidemic in this country. So this epidemic in this country can be a pandemic. A pandemic can be what we say, a lot of dies, a lot of sad things, and I think it's important to all the world, all the countries, be sure that they have a healthcare public that's good, that's worth.
Love your answer. It was very short. Thank you. Paulo, what do you think?
I never think about it, but I think, unfortunately, we have some countries of Africa, they live in this situation, but I think the rich countries need to send money, send public health projects to save these people.
Yeah, just like in the COVID vaccination process, Africa was like left alone. When our countries were immunized, like were vaccinated, the countries simply forgot about Africa. It was bizarre. Vinicius, what do you think?
Certain a lot of people died all days and will die, and the situation will not change. Never.
Yes, that's right, unfortunately. Okay, guys, so we still have 5 more minutes just to left our goodbyes here. So I send you guys the survey link and the YouTube link on the chat. If you have any questions, if you have any themes to suggest for the next sessions, or any critique for me, be my guest, be comfortable to leave any kind of opinion, all right? And if you can go to the YouTube link and give your like, it's very helpful. So I hope you guys have a nice week. Do you guys have any questions? No?
No.
Okay,
but
guys.
I have one thing to say.
Okay.
Paul said about like keep money and try make some money, and I think we work with IT so we can complain, like we earn a lot of money these years and probably the next years, so we can't complain about that. We can keep a lot of money and make a lot of money in just some years, like maybe a lot of money. So it's, I guess we have luck in our profession.
Yeah, it's a good area to work right now. I am taking advantage of this because I don't know how long we're going to be demanded professionals in the market.
Probably the next 15 years, because everything has technology nowadays, so we are survive, I guess.
Yeah. Paulo, do you want to say something?
Just thank you, and we can change figurinhas.
Stickers.
Okay, Vinicius.
Yeah.
Great. Harrison, do you want to say something?
I just want to say it was good to this new class. I discovered you, Sarah, and I love to be in your classes because you're very funny. You make the class, sounds more. It sounds not. It was a real class. It's more like a talk with friends, and I like that. So I appreciate your work.
That's great. That's so nice to hear. Thank you so much, Harrison. Thank you guys for this session. It was very, very light, very good. Although the theme was not light, but it was nice to talk to you guys. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.